Hey guys, so I am here back with another podcast. So last time, like many years ago, I created a podcast and I kind of stopped because I don't really have any topic anymore. But now I do have a topic and I wanted to share it with you guys. So the topic for today is to know these four levels of women. Okay, so it's kind of to me it's important for you to know which type of woman you are, and so you can find a partner that is exactly your level. Because let me tell you something, the reason why I decided to talk about this is I recently got a breakup. Well, it's almost like a divorce because we were about to get married and the wedding's canceled and everything, but it's okay, it's a story for another time. But yeah, and then I was like, as someone who just got a breakup, of course I was sad, I was devastated. I felt like what happened, like, this is so unfair, like, why do I get this, and then it hit me, like, I was probably like the thought started from, I was like trying to find out the reason why is this happening to me, and then I was like thinking, and then my mind drifted towards the fact that, hey, you know what, I'm not even the same level as him, and that's probably the reason why we broke up. And I thought that, hey, that's a good call. That's a good call, good riddance, and so I decided to share with you guys that there are four kinds of women, and four kinds of women, and you gotta know which one you are, so you find a partner that is exactly your level. So you know that those like pyramid shaped kind of tier list, I would say that yes, there are hierarchies in the types of women, but don't be sad if you are on the bottom level, because there's nothing to be sad about. Life is kind of like that. There's ups and downs. There are some people who are on the top, some people are on the bottom. So it's like, to me, that's just the reality of life, and that we should all kind of just accept it. I mean, like, for example, I'm not a boss, and that's okay. A boss actually has a much more responsibility. They have total lack of freedom. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. Maybe you're like, oh, but you're a boss, they don't have to, like, they don't have a boss because they're the boss, right? But no, actually a boss is a lot more, it's a lot harder than you think. Being a boss is a lot harder than you think. So it's not the fact that you're a worker so you're not good. No, everyone has their good side and bad side, so don't be too sad if you're on the mid or lower level. And also, this is not really about your physical appearance as well, although your physical appearance might determine it a little bit. Okay, so here's the tier list. Those car brands, right? Like, guys love cars. Most of the guys love cars, and so I decided to use this car brands as the types of women you are. So, for example, okay, maybe you want to ask yourself, what type of car are you? What car brand are you? You know what? Okay, you guys might say, like, okay, you're objectifying women. You think you are grouping women into car brands. That's not really what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is that to kind of translate these values of yours into something that we can see, them something that we know. Okay, so in order for you to understand this, you need to have a little bit of knowledge about car brands. If you have absolutely no idea what is a Maserati, then click off. Google that first, then you come back here. Okay, so these are the tier list. Okay, so on the bottom we have economical car brands like Toyota, Honda. Those kind of car brands are like, they're kind of, how do I say, they're generally on the cheaper side. Okay, and of course the Chinese car manufacturers like the BYD, Wuling, what else, that kind of stuff, they belong in that in that tier list as well, in that bottom hierarchy, so to speak. So that kind of women. So let's just say you are a Honda, okay, you are a Toyota. Everyone can afford a Toyota. And like some guys, they do prefer cars like Toyota because they're like, oh, it's just easy to maintain, it doesn't really cause so much problem, and it's easy to get along with everyone. So the plus side of that, okay, before you guys got angry, hear me out. So the plus side of being a Toyota girl is that you are easy to get along with everyone. Basically everyone will accept you, and it's probably easier for you to get a partner as well, because a lot of people can afford a Toyota. A lot of people are okay with a Toyota. So yeah, don't be too sad about that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you still function well as a car, and also Toyota cars is pretty easy to maintain, cheaper to maintain. They kind of save gas, so they don't really use a lot of gas as well, which is really nice. A lot of people find it really neat. A lot of guys find it really neat, and of course the same goes to the Chinese car manufacturers. They're like cheap, but then they have a really good design, they have a lot of functionalities. Like, that's just what most of the guys are looking for. They want something that, or let's say a girl, they want a girl that is like they look okay, they look pretty, they look good, but at the same time they want someone who is easy to maintain. So they don't really expect someone who is super duper gorgeous, or someone who is really smart and have visions for life and all that stuff. They don't really have that kind of expectation, actually, when they are a Honda or a Toyota kind of guy. But again, that's not bad at all. Being a Toyota girl is not bad at all. So now let's move on to the second tier, which is the mid-level tier. So the mid-level tier is more like for cars like Mercedes and BMW. So let's just use BMW as this example, okay? So a BMW girl is slightly more elevated, but they're kind of for someone who's like, they want to go there, but they don't really have the money and means to go there, so they settle for BMW girls. So a BMW girls is slightly better. They're like, how should I say? They're kind of like, they're smarter. They're a lot more interesting. They are also a bit more expensive to maintain. So if you know cars, right, a BMW car is a lot more expensive to maintain compared to a Honda or Toyota. And also in many countries, they tax your vehicle according to your brand. So okay, not according to your brand, according to the price of your vehicle. So, the tax of a BMW is definitely gonna be a lot more expensive than a Honda car, So that's, that's probably where the more expensive maintenance is at, So, the problem with being a BMW girl, you must be like, oh, okay, I'm a BMW girl, like, that's cool. But the problem with being a BMW girl is that not that many people can afford a BMW, to be honest with you. A lot of people will just dismiss you and be like, oh, you're too high maintenance, you're too expensive. When in fact, it's not really that you're too expensive and that's a bad thing. It's just that they are too poor to afford you. I mean, that's just your reality, So it really depends. Which girl are you? Are you a BMW girl? Are you a Toyota girl? That's kind of up to you. And then the tier above that, the level above BMW girl, is we got the Ferrari and Lamborghini kind of girl. Okay, so this is where now you will see a bit of the pattern here. So a Lamborghini girl is really, really expensive. It's really expensive, and in a lot of places, a lot of countries, okay, I guess except Dubai, because I heard that in Dubai the tax is free, so they all have Lamborghini and Ferrari and stuff like the sports car. But anyway, the thing about sports cars that they are expensive. It's a lot more expensive than a BMW or Mercedes. It's a lot more expensive. It's a lot more expensive to maintain as well, because let's be real, you can't just take your Ferrari to a regular servicing shop, a workshop. Like, you can't just do that. So yeah, it's really, really expensive, And if you don't know, what I heard, this is what I heard, is that for a Ferrari or that kind of car, you kind of have to pay full, and then they will produce it for you. So there's no such thing as installment. That's what I heard. Okay, if you're a guy, you let me know what's the correct one. But yeah, you get the point. That kind of car is really, really expensive. It's very expensive to maintain. It is also kind of difficult to get. But why is it that there are guys who love those kind of cars? We get it if you like BMW, because yeah, it's a bit more premium than getting a Honda car. By the way, the Mercedes and BMW car is same as Tesla car. So I know you guys will be like, oh no, Tesla should be same as Lamborghini. No, I disagree. Tesla car is not that great. Okay. Anyway, so why is it that there are guys who loves a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, because they are also cars, they also help you to get from point A to point B. So why bother buying such an expensive car? It's because guys who like Ferrari are guys who like, they are such, how should I say this? They're such passionate lover. I guess that's what I was trying to say. They're such a passionate lover. They're like, oh, I love cars so much. I want this. I don't care if people are telling me that it's not worth it to get a Ferrari, but I want it. And they really appreciate the beauty of it. So to be a Ferrari kind of girl, you need to have a beauty that to be appreciated, that is like this, like one of a kind. It's like really if you want examples, most celebrities are on the Ferrari side. Most celebrities are like that. They have such kind of beauty that's like captivating. It's unique. It's one of a kind. But here's the thing. The thing about being a Ferrari girl is, again, they are even harder to get a partner, because even less people can afford a Ferrari, right? But the downside of them as well is that here's the thing: a Lamborghini or Ferrari kind of girl is more of a physical beauty and aura and confidence. Okay, so they're more on those two sides, like. On confidence, and their beauty is exceptional, but everything else I don't really know. I can't really vouch for that, because let's be real, a Ferrari car is really beautiful. It has a really nice driving experience, but we don't really know about the quality and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about quality of the breakdown. I do not know the quality of how long it will break down, but I do know that most of the Ferrari car can only fit like 2 people. So you can't really bring stuff or a lot of people in that car, even though it's really, really expensive. So usually people would compare like, a Ferrari car can only fit 2 people, it costs this much, and then with that same price I can actually buy a really big Honda SUV that can fit like 6 people and more, but that's not really a comparison, to be honest with you. So yeah, like Ferrari is like the car for people who like the one who gets it, you know what I mean, the one who's really really passionate in automotive. And of course, for the people that really can afford them, because if you can't afford them, why bother getting them? They're not gonna make your life easier, but they do bring, with their confidence and exceptional beauty, they really do make a great trophy wife. They make a really great, person. Like when a guy have like, hey, I have a Ferrari, it's like they're gonna show it off to everyone, right? So that's exactly the Ferrari girl as well, is that they be like, look at my wife, she's so hot and all that stuff. So they are really proud of their wife. It's really nice to be a Ferrari girl, because you are going to be really appreciated, you're going to be valued, you are the trophy. So they're gonna be like showing you off, they're like, look at my girl, she's so fine, and honestly, I kind of miss having that kind of feeling. I really do want it to have that kind of feeling, but I know I'm not a Ferrari girl. So let's move on to the next tier. Okay, so the next tier, which is the last tier, this is the top tier, is a rare kind of, okay, not really rare, it's a collectible and rare kind of cars. And the brands that represent this are Rolls-Royce, okay, so Bugatti, Rolls-Royce, that's kind of the car that represents this top tier. So what about Rolls-Royce? Okay, so Rolls-Royce really has this kind of like an exquisite physique and quality, like it's premium and beauty at the same time. It's really the top perfect, like it has everything. A lot of Rolls-Royce car can actually fit a lot of people, so it's not just the beauty, it's also the function, and it's elegant. It's like, it screams power every time a Rolls-Royce comes through. It's like, look at me, I'm powerful, everybody stop you doing what you're doing, because I am in charge. So yeah, that's really what it is. And so how does it translate to the women? Okay, the Rolls-Royce women, they are literally one of a kind. You are such a foolish person if you ever let go of a Rolls-Royce woman. Okay, some of the examples of Rolls-Royce women that I can think about are female presidents, female politicians who are really high up in their position, and political leaders. What else? Like, I can go on. You know what? They didn't have to be politicians. Actually, they can do like very impactful things. They can be a really great academist. They can be very smart women. Like, okay, if I can put some example on Bugatti and Rolls-Royce women, like what's her name? Jackie. Yeah, Jackie Kennedy is probably one of them. Jackie Kennedy, Lady Diana, Queen Elizabeth. Who else? Oh my God, Princess Catherine. Oh my gosh, yes. Like, those kind of women, they are the Rolls-Royce. They like, their husband are such fool if they ever left them. But I mean, okay, King Charles actually did to Diana, but that's a topic for another day. But yeah, they are really just, they are something. They are quite something. You know what I mean? Like, you take a look. Okay, let's just talk about Princess Catherine. You take a good look at Princess Catherine. She is everything. She is extremely rare. Probably every guy wants her, but very few guys can actually keep her. I'm gonna be real on that one. Okay, so she really do only deserve Prince William, or if not, probably someone even higher than Prince William. That's who she deserves. She really don't deserve any guy who is lesser than Prince William. I'm sorry for a lot of guys out there. She really don't deserve celebrities. She don't really deserve producers, movie directors and whatever. No. Absolutely not. She is just a diamond, okay, like a gem. like they're just exquisite, they're everything, they're perfect in every way. Of course, there's no human is perfect, but they are almost perfect, if you can say that. They're like almost perfect, and their husbands, their partners are very, very lucky to have them. Actually, there's one more woman that I think belongs to the Rolls Royce category. It's actually Candace Owens. I really think that her husband is such a hottie. I am so jealous of her, but I know that she does have what it takes. She is extremely smart, she's extremely intelligent, she researches really, really deeply, and she has the utmost integrity. She's not a politician, but she is a political commentator, and so yeah, that's kind of it. And again, everybody wants to be the Rolls Royce girls, and everybody wants to have the Rolls Royce girls, but not everyone can afford a Rolls Royce girls, and not everyone can be a Rolls Royce girls, and that's just a fact, because it really is extremely difficult to be a Rolls Royce girls. So whatever you want about Princess Catherine, maybe you're like, oh, she's just lucky because her parents are rich, they have party supplies company, and that's why she can she can attend the same school as William, but a lot of other girls are in the same school as Prince William, and they're not selected, so that's just the quality of hers, and everybody is just agreeing in unison that she is beauty, she is perfection, she's just, she has such a poise, good manners, she's very intelligent, she does well with the good causes that she created. It's just amazing. So again, picture that pyramid like what I just mentioned. So the bottom are Toyota, the mid are BMW, Tesla, and Mercedes. The higher up are Lamborghini and Ferrari, and then the top are the Rolls Royce and Bugatti. And if you're a guy, you can vouch for other brands that are kind of like that. It's, again, I'm not categorizing this to let down women and like make you feel like, oh my god, I'm such a Toyota girl, oh my god, I'm such a Toyota girl, this is bad. No. Think about it this way, okay? The higher up it is, the harder they are to get a man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you're a Toyota girl, maybe a Bugatti or a Rolls Royce girl is gonna be a bit jealous of you, because how come you can have lots of guys lining up for you? How come you can have so many exes? How come you can have lots of likes on Tinder or on Bumble or whatever that dating app is? They're gonna be a bit jealous of you as well, and they're gonna think you have it easy. You don't have to bear all these responsibilities, but you have lots of demands. You have a lot of guys waiting for your attention. How is that possible? Like, they're gonna be kind of thinking of you like that. And the BMW kind of girls is like, they're kind of in the middle, so they're like pretty okay. I would say that they're kind of like, how should I say? They're not that difficult to get a partner, because a lot of, actually, if you count it, there's a lot of people who can afford BMW and Mercedes. It's a bit more common than you think. So yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, they're a bit difficult, but they still get it. They still get it. But yeah, the Ferrari girl, they could actually be a bit more jealous of the bottom tier, but the Ferrari girl is like, I know my worth. I know my worth. I am expensive, and you just have to deal with it. That's pretty much the aura of the Ferrari girl. They're like, I know my worth. That's just the aura. But for BMW girl, they're more like, I am kind of like the common girls, but I want something a bit better. Something that, my nose is acting a bit, sorry. Something that is like just slightly finer, slightly more premium. If it's like if you are probably at a restaurant, you'd be like, oh, I'm just like, you are the more expensive kind of restaurant, that type of thing. So yeah, that's just how it is. That's a BMW girls. But Rolls Royce girls, let me tell you something. The thing about Rolls Royce girls is that they're not concerned of having no partner, actually, because they are such, how should I say this, they are in such a good position with themselves. They know what they want, they know who they are, they know what they like. They will never ever ever settle for less. Even if you say, oh, you're such a whole heck, no, they will not listen to you. No, they will not. They'll be like, this is me, deal with it, I'm the boss here. That's Rolls Royce girl. They're like, I'm the boss here. Okay? But for Ferrari girl, like, I'm expensive and you just have to deal with it. Okay? But they're expensive, but they're still an item. But Rolls Royce girl, I'm like, I am not an item, I'm a boss. You either listen to me, you bow down to me, you can get the hell out of here, And they have this aura, usually Rolls Royce girl, like, they have this aura that they're like untouchable, that they just like, but at the same time they are kind, they are nice, they are friendly. It's weird. I'm like, sometimes I'm still thinking, like, how could a person have that kind of, how should I say, how can a person have both sides? They are just good in everything. They have the outward beauty and the inward beauty. Like, they just have everything. It's it's. Sometimes I do think about, like, what are they doing? What did their parents feed them? When they were kids, how did their parents raise them? How come they can be such a perfect person? I do wonder about that. Quite a lot of times, actually. Okay, and so again, if you guys are a Toyota kind of girl, do not be sad. Everyone has their own portion. Now, here's how it translates to dating. Okay, so let's just say you have finally found, hey, I am a Ferrari girl. Then, if you are a Ferrari girl, do not date a Toyota kind of guy, a Toyota looking guy. No, don't, because it's not gonna work out. Because you're not gonna feel satisfied. You're not gonna feel like you're important, because Toyota guys, okay, here's the thing about Toyota guys, they expect their women to kind of work for them, to work alongside them. They don't want their women to be having any problem or to be having any concern, because they just can't really handle that. Like, for example, if a Toyota keeps breaking down, they'll be like, this is crap, I'm gonna get rid of this car, But the reason why they buy Toyota or Honda or whatever is because they feel like this is a reliable car. I can just expect it not to have problems, right? So I'm not saying that you are a difficult woman, then therefore you're not a Toyota girl. No, it's just that I think everyone, my nose is acting up. I think everyone has their concerns, has their own needs, Like, for example, some people, they really care about their physical health. So they go to the gym quite frequently, they lift weights, they do Pilates, they do whatever it is. And there are some people who don't really give a shit about their health. They eat whatever they want. They got obese, they got fat, they never work out. So that's just the type of people that we see in real life, right? So that's what I'm saying. People who are like on a BMW or a Ferrari kind of girl, they wouldn't want to have a not that they don't want a relationship. Sometimes they don't even realize that they are a Ferrari kind of girl. But if they ever have a relationship with a Toyota guy, they're gonna be like, they're gonna be chaos, if I'm gonna be honest, because the Toyota guys is gonna feel like, okay, you are like way too expensive to maintain, you are such a high maintenance kind of girl, I do not like you, you break down all the time. Well, technically it's not break down all the time, it's just it's the fact that the guy don't even want to maintain, that's why it breaks down. Okay, like for example, let's just say the guy is a Toyota guy, and he actually cannot afford the taxes and all fees and all the fees that are alongside of a Ferrari car, right? So when they first purchase a Ferrari car, like, okay, they maybe have the money, but they don't actually have the money to get it to the salon, they don't have the money to pay for the taxes and all that stuff. He's gonna be like, this is shit, why do I have to do this? And then they ended up not taking it to the salon, and then the Ferrari's gonna looking like shit, and then they'll be like, why did I buy this in the first place? They're gonna hate it. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you might feel, you go to a relationship and then you feel like, okay, why am I always the problem? Why is it that my boyfriend, my partner, is always like complaining about me and just not, and I'm just never happy about it, and then he's always dismissive about it? It's probably because of that. Maybe you guys are on a totally different level. Maybe you are a BMW kind of girl or a Rolls Royce kind of girl, but then he's a Toyota kind of guy. If you are a Toyota girl and you are dating a Toyota guy, it's gonna be fine because you're not gonna be expecting a lot. You'll be like, oh, I know my flaws and that's okay. And he's also gonna be like, okay, I know my flaws and that's okay. And so you guys kind of match pretty well. But when it comes to a BMW kind of girl, again, you know, it's slightly out of reach for the Toyota guy, but he's gonna, at first he's probably gonna work for it, but then when he knows that a BMW or a Mercedes car is also, you know, demanding a bit of more money, then they're gonna be like, this is, you know what, this is too much, can't take it anymore. And so there's gonna be countless arguments and fights in your relationship. That's probably, you know what, that's probably how you know which car brand are you when you are in a relationship. If you are in a relationship right now, think about it yourself. Okay, do you have all these demands, and are those demands being met by your partner? If you are like, I don't really have all these demands, I'm kind of fine with my guy, it's like whatever, like he has his flaws, he doesn't want to work on it, I'm like whatever, I also don't want to work on my issues, then yeah, you're probably both are on the same level. But if you guys kept arguing and stuff like that because you have unmet needs, and then he just kept dismissing your needs, it's like, that's just the fact that he just cannot afford you, if I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so now let's just say you are a Rolls Royce kind of girl. This is the harsh truth of someone who is like on the top level. Okay, oh my god, I'm so sorry, my nose is really acting up. Okay, so I want you to be really honest with yourself. Okay, are you really Rolls Royce kind of girl? You know, like maybe you always think, no, I'm a Honda, you know, I'm a Toyota, I'm a Kia, and, or whatever, Nissan. Like I'm that kind of girl, you know. Maybe you always kind of downplay yourself, but maybe you're actually a Rolls Royce kind of girl if you think about it. Rolls Royce kind of girl, like I said, they have this aura, they know what they are the boss, they don't bow down to anybody, you know, they are their own thing, but they are really a rare and exquisite woman, you know. So if you are Rolls Royce, I'm telling you, do not settle for less. Do not even settle for a Ferrari kind of guy. No, absolutely no. Like, okay, here's the thing. Ferrari guys, they more like, okay, I want my girl to be hot. I want her to be confident and hot and like such a baddie, you know. But Rolls Royce is not a baddie. She is the queen, not the baddie. Okay, so when a Rolls Royce girl is being a queen that she is, a Ferrari guy is gonna be kind of like, why do you have all these research. Why are you doing all this research? Why are you doing these pieces? Why are you doing journalism? And why are you doing this kind of causes? Like, you're just wasting time. Like, why can't you just be at home and sit pretty? I'll be paying for you or everything. You want designer bags? I'll buy you designer bags. Like, what do you want? Like, why can't you just be at home, sit pretty, and be a good looking trophy wife? So it's probably not gonna work out, even though they're a bit of the same level of economy. It's just because that these two people kind of are looking for a different kind of things, actually. So anyways, I gotta Google what does a Bugatti car looks like. I actually never see a Bugatti car. Oh, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay. But I like Rolls Royce more. Okay, I like Rolls Royce a lot more. But it is something. It is quite something. Oh my gosh, take a look at that beauty. Okay, anyways. Yeah, it's just not going to work out if you are dating someone that is a different level. And of course, and it same goes if you are looking upwards. If your guy is a Ferrari kind of girl and you're a Toyota kind of girl, you're probably is the one who is having to deal with all these demands, like, oh, you gotta have a plastic surgery, or you gotta have a boob job, or you gotta have all this and that and this and that. Like, that's probably the demand that you're going to have, and it's just kind of whether or not you can keep up with that demand. And if you can keep up with that demand, then go ahead and be the Lamborghini girl, but if you cannot, then just be yourself. There's nothing wrong being a Toyota girl. There's nothing wrong with being a BMW girl. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just burping. So yeah, just be yourself. It's really fine. There's no demand for you to be this way or that way. Every girl is actually beautiful in their own way. Every girl is actually, how should I say, they are also they're shining in their own way. They have their own good and bad. So think about that. You don't have to be like really how should I say, you don't have to be expensive for you to see that hey, I'm good. No, like, expensive stuff have their own how should I say, their own target audience. Cheap stuff have their own target audience. So of course, you might be thinking, well, hey, I'm not cheap. I'm a woman and I'm expensive. Well, okay, I'm not talking about like your self-worth or anything like that. I'm talking about, like, in terms of economy. Are you a cheap kind of girl, or are you a more expensive kind of girl? In terms of the quality and what do you bring to the table. Like, if you're asking Toyota, like, what does a Toyota bring to the table? Well, it's reliable, it's usable, it's good, it doesn't create any problem, and it's affordable. But then what does a Mercedes bring to the table? You obviously know it's a bit more premium, it's a bit more luxurious, it's nice. And then what does a Ferrari bring to the table? You know what a Ferrari and Rolls Royce bring to the table. You just know. Everybody who gets it gets it. Everybody who knows automotive will know that yes, those two brands are quite something. Yes, they are expensive, but they are quite something. It gives guys a really good pride for owning them. If you have a Rolls Royce at home, you'll be like you'll be patting yourself on your chest all the time, like, look at me, I have the Rolls Royce. So yeah, for those two top tiers, it's not really a question what they bring to the table. Okay, they bring a lot. They bring huge things to the table. So it's no longer a question. But anyway, okay, I digress. Oh my god, there's like a huge mucus in my nose. So I keep like swallowing them with my back throat. Anyway, that's gross. So the reason why I was thinking about this is because last time, okay, here's a story. Okay, story time. Last time I was with my ex, my third ex actually, and he's like, well, I was talking about something, and then I sometimes have this fear that, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not a pretty girl. And I would tell him that, I'm not a pretty girl. Compared to this particular celebrity, I'm so much uglier than her, And then he kind of brought this analogy that, you're kind of like Toyota. It's just not really expensive to maintain. It's pretty good. It brings you, like, it has the function and everything. Like, generally, you're good. You are Toyota, So I'm like, I was like, I was actually kind of offended when he said I'm a Toyota. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I know what you guys might be thinking when I say, oh, you're a Toyota girl or you're a BMW girl. I know what you guys are thinking, but because that's exactly what I was feeling last time. I was like, what? I'm a Toyota girl? No. And I was like angry because he's objectifying me, and he kind of put me in label as the same as an item, which is a car. So I was offended. But then I grew out of it. I thought about it. I'm like, hey, that's actually kind of true. But there's nothing wrong with being a Toyota girl. There's nothing wrong being a Ferrari girl. There's nothing wrong being whatever girl. They all have their plus and minus point. But it's just that you have to find someone that is the same as you. So again, if you are a Rolls Royce girl, it's not gonna work out if you're dating a Toyota guy. It's always gonna be ended with a lot of arguments, a lot of unmet needs. A Rolls Royce needs to be taken to the salon probably every day. If I'm gonna be honest with you, if you drove around with it, go to a salon, you gotta polish it, you gotta do whatever it is with it. You gotta have a special shampoo to wash it, you got a special wax, special shampoo, special treatment. And if the guy is just wanting to just wipe it with water and cloth, then like it's not gonna work out. Of course it's not gonna work out. So it's just knowing about who you are as a person, knowing which one is you as a person, and to find someone that is on your level. And I think that by using this cars analogy is just making things easier, because you can visualize it, about these cars, and it's just easier for you to think about it. Yeah, so I was like offended by being told I'm a Toyota girl. But then now that I have 4 exes, it is really such an unfortunate thing that I have 4 exes. By the way, I really do not want to have that many exes. I'm not the kind of girl who is like proud of having a lot of exes. To me, having a lot of exes is such a embarrassment and disappointment that I almost tempted to lie to people and to reduce them. I'd be like lying to people, oh, I have 2 exes and that's it. No. But I wanted to be honest all the time, so I will keep saying I will answer honestly. Yes, I do have 4 exes. It's such an unfortunate thing that happened to me. To be honest with you, I did not expect that my 4th boyfriend's gonna be my ex as well, because we were about to get married actually, and then 4 months before the wedding day it got canceled. So that's that. It's just really unfortunate. And again, I do not like having a lot of ex. So I took a lot of time to reflect on myself, and I'm like, okay, which brand am I, And I was thinking, am I a BMW girl? Because if I'm a Toyota girl, I would not have problems. Okay, the things that I ask is more like bare minimum. So I'm like, no, I don't think I'm a Toyota girl, because Toyota girls just like, they just don't really expect a lot of things. They just don't cause a lot of problems to their boyfriend, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I am a BMW girl. And I was thinking, am I really a BMW girl? Probably because of the fact that, okay, here's the thing. Here's what differentiates a BMW girl and a Ferrari girl and a Rolls Royce girl is the number of demand that they have. And I actually demanded quite a lot of things. And I'm passionate in certain things. I also wanted to, support certain causes. So I do find it kind of annoying that my boyfriends did not believe in the same cause as mine. Like for example, I wanted to, one of the causes that I'm really, really interested in is, recycling and all that stuff. Like, most of the boyfriends that I got is like, this is such a lot of work. Why you want to recycle and all that stuff? Just take the damn plastic bag. Just you don't have to bring recyclable bags and stuff like that. And they also, here's another thing. They are also not really keen on buying secondhand stuff. I actually have quite a lot of money that I can afford to buy new stuff all the time, but I still buy secondhand. If I could buy the thing secondhand and if it doesn't possess a health risk, then I will buy that damn secondhand stuff, which is most of the time it's fine to have secondhand stuff, like secondhand clothes, just wash it, that's fine. Obviously, if it's a secondhand needle, I'm not getting it. But if it's a secondhand, like clothes, furniture, some electronics, like I'll be fine. Like, okay, who cares? Just take the secondhand stuff, because I'm passionate about sustainability. So to me, I strongly believe in, if we want to do sustainability, it starts with ourselves. Like we as a customer are the one who dictate what the market would be. So I was really trying to make the secondhand market even better by actively buying secondhand stuff, participating in events and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess most of the time my boyfriends are not they're not how should I say passionate about that kind of stuff. And then I was really interested in history and religion as well, actually, particularly if they are both connected to each other. I mean, they are connected to each other, so I am really interested in history and religion, but my boyfriends are never believe in that kind of stuff. They just feel like either history is boring or they don't really want to know a lot about it. They feel like, why do we need to know about history? Let's just think about the present. Or they do care about history, but they don't care about religion at all. They'd be like, yeah, religion's like whatever, fine. It's just something to fill up in our identity card. In Indonesia, which is the country that I'm from, we do have religion as our data in our identity card. So sometimes people just have a religion just to fill that data up, but they don't actually believe in that religion, and that's really not what I'm looking for in a guy. Actually, I realized actually when I settle for Toyota guy who don't give a shit about religion, I really do suffer. I really do feel like I can't talk about religion to them because it bores them. And I just feel like, then who can I talk about it with other than the pastors and other students? I mean, even other students in the Bible class is probably not even interested in the religion. Well, so we have a compulsory Bible class, and some people took it just to get baptized, which is what my ex did actually. So I feel like it's really interesting to know like the culture last time in Jesus' time, like the culture last time. It's really interesting. I really would like to get to know more about it. You know what? TikTok is actually a good learning place to learn about that. They do make it really interesting. Like they taught you about Bible in a very short form. It's really nice. If you have short attention span like me, maybe you can watch TikTok to learn more about the Bible and learn more about Jesus as well. I actually grew up in a church. Not grew up as in like when I was small. Actually, when I was in college, I became a Christian. Finally, I became a Christian when I was in college. And that church that baptized me, they really are Bible oriented, and they taught me a lot about the Bible, about the Christianity and all that stuff. It's really interesting. It's really what gets me to be like, oh, hey, actually Christianity Christianity is not really as simple and as shallow as people think. Oh, like you just pray and then you will get blessed. Like, that's what most charismatic church do. It's that you just have to pray and then you will be blessed. But there's actually a lot more context to each of the verses in the Bible. It's just really interesting to know about that. Anyway, I just got an email, so that's why I was like distracted. So yeah, I find it kind of difficult actually to find a guy who is just as passionate about religion as I am. I'm not really smart, to be honest with you. I'm not really smart about the Bible, but I really would like to learn more. I have this passion to learn more. I wanted to know more. You know what? When I was with my ex, I was like not really thinking about joining the Wednesday Bible class, but then now I'm like, kind of wanted to, because I feel like last time on Wednesday I cannot take him to it. I'll be like alone, so I was kind of not feeling good about it. Now that I'm actually alone, I don't have a boyfriend, I feel like I want to go there. Okay, I'm going alone, so what? Like, I want to go there, you know. Yeah, even people who actually believe in that religion, I find it really difficult to find people like that. To find, okay, not people, guys like that. It's either they are already married, or there's just no guys who are like that. A lot of guys nowadays, they don't believe in religion at all. They're more of agnostic. So yeah, that's kind of my struggle. So now, with all this story that I am sharing with you, I think you know which girl I am. Not to be okay. I do have a bit more confidence now. I think I'm heading there. I think, you know what? I think I'm in between. Okay, I am in between the Rolls Royce and the Ferrari kind of girl. Because to be honest with you, I don't think I'm bad looking at all. Last time I used to be like, I hate my body, I hate my face, I hate my everything. And now I'm like, you know what, I'm gorgeous. Like, I am gorgeous. It's pretty sad that I have to have 4 ex-boyfriends to actually realize this. It's sad that I have to be let down by 4 men to realize this. Like, why is that happening to me, you know? Why can't I realize from way back then, way back when I was young, you know? But you know what? I think people have their own timeline, so I can't really say that I'm too late or something. Maybe I am at my own exact timeline. Maybe I am supposed to realize that now. And I finally realized that the reason I was labeled difficult by a lot of guys is because I really do demand a lot of things. Like, I'm not talking about fortune, I'm not talking about money, I'm talking more about, hey, you gotta grow yourself as a person. I want to grow as a person. I want to be a really perfect kind of girl, and so I expect you to be a perfect kind of guy as well. I want you to be more than just a person in a society that is just living. I want you to contribute to the society. I want you to actually be passionate about something. And to be honest with you, a lot of guys that I met they're just kind of living. They're not really like have a passion or anything. They just like live by. They do have a good source of income. They have business. They have work and everything. But they don't really have like something like passion outside of their work, something that they're really passionate about, a hobby that they are really enjoying to do, a cause that they're passionate about. Like, they don't really have that most of the time. And yeah, I do demand that kind of stuff. Again, up to you if you think I'm a difficult person. If I'm a difficult woman, I think I got used to being labeled difficult, too much, or difficult, a lot of work. I totally get it, because you can't afford me. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. Okay, I don't know if you guys will like this podcast or not, but here it is. Here I am. Take this information as a grain of salt. I think, what, the more you communicate with other people, listening to a podcast, it's going to expand your mind. So this is just my attempt to kind of expand your mind. And if you are watching this, okay, not watching this, listening to this. Okay, I forgot it's a podcast. And if you are listening to this, and if you keep listening to my podcast, maybe soon you will be the Rolls Royce kind of girl as well. Or maybe you are already the Rolls Royce kind of girl. You know what I'm saying? So don't settle for less. Know your worth. Because if you do not know your worth, if you settle for it's gonna what's gonna come after you, it's just conflict, chaos, argument, and you will not have any peace. Okay. Alright, guys, so I wish you all the best of luck in finding your real love. If you already found your real love, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for listening. If you like my podcast, let me know. I will make more of these. I'm gonna keep on yapping and talking. Alright, guys, thank you so much for listening. See you guys next time. Bye bye.